Good evening, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to another episode of Critique Corner with me, Daniel Parker.
And me, DB Fastbinder. And we've kind of stumbled into a France night for some reason.
Yes, we have. Not intentionally, but yeah. But in silly as well.
Yes, it's good to be back after a lengthy, unexpected break. So
Yes. Yes. If you are returning, welcome back. If you're new, what we do here is we critique stuff from our different corners, and we always usually just whatever we want to talk about, whenever we want to watch a review. That's what we go with.
new, old, we play a few favorites.
Yes, and to start us off this week, we've got a cult classic gem. Well, in my opinion, a gem, but The Fifth Element.
Yes, possibly the most Star Wars prequel movie I've ever seen outside of the Star Wars prequels.
Yes. So much so that I wonder if Lucas might have, done his homework, if you know what I mean.
Right, gotten a little inspiration.
Yes.
I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting that you called this a cult classic because so for some reason I'd had it in my head that this was a big financial disaster or something. I
No.
think that I was confusing it with that Prince Valerian movie.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But it was the number 9 movie at the box office for 1997.
yeah. I remember it did decent numbers when it came out, and then a lot of people discovered it when like home video and cable. Like, I mean, I used to see it on HBO all the time when I was a kid, and that's where I first watched it.
Yeah, it's so the Fifth Element is kind of an interesting film, and just doing a quick little bit of research on it, it won some awards in Europe for film, but it also won some of the received some nominations for the Golden Raspberries,
Okay.
and I can kind of see both reactions because it's very self-indulgent is probably the best way I would put it. Um,
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, um, yeah,
you know,
because yeah,
self-indulgent is not the same thing as bad. It's just like it's very intricately designed.
mhm. Yeah. Luc Besson really went all out with this movie, much like he did with Valerian. Although I would say this is the superior movie to that
Eh,
between those two.
Yeah, I tried to watch Valerian. I was at a drive-in movie theater at the time, and it was the second show, and we were in a motorhome, and I ended up falling asleep
Oh,
because now here's the thing: my day job has forced me into a be at work at 7 o'clock body schedule
uh,
or sleep schedule. So, um, taking me to a movie and expecting me to keep watching after 10 after having just sitting through the Emoji Movie.
okay.
Yeah, what a double feature that was.
Oh man, wow. Sheesh. uh, well, yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Um,
Anyway, I guess we should talk about this one.
yes.
So this is a sci-fi fantasy. Okay, I kind of resist calling it a sci-fi film, even though it's technically a sci-fi film. It really is more like a sci fable, a sci fantasy.
Yeah.
Um, it's as we mentioned, Luc Besson directed, and this is like his passion project that he'd been writing since he was 16.
Mhm.
Um, and I thought I saw some French comic influence on it. Apparently, he hired Jean Mobius Giraud and Jean Claude Mézières, which any apologies for my awful French pronunciation, two famous French comic book makers. So like that explains some of the look I was seeing in this thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And yeah, and Mobius was really big in with heavy metal. I think did a lot of work with them. So I could definitely see the heavy metal influence in there too.
Yeah, you mentioned before the show that there was like a particular story from there that was like this.
Yeah, it was yeah, it was called Harry Canyon, which was a segment uh from Heavy Metal, the animated movie. It was basically Harry Canyon's he's a cab driver in a futuristic New York with a bunch of aliens around, and he ends up getting taking a fare from a beautiful young woman, and it kind of wraps up in this little film noir kind of thing where and she seduces him and everything. So yeah, that's where a lot of it came from, or some I think some influence from it came from Harry Canyon was from for the Fifth Element. Um,
It seems plausible. I mean, yeah, like I don't have a further thought of that. That seems plausible.
yeah, and Sushi Kitten, hello, good to see you.
Hello, hello.
Um, yeah, yeah, you are right. Yes, the comic book was was Valerian and Laura Lean was what it was called. Um, but yeah, but Basson brought in a lot of the like Mobius and a lot of other like
Uh,
French.
right. It'd be like if you it'd be like if you hired Jack Kirby to do your art design for a '90s action movie, and it
Right.
happened to look like Fantastic Four.
Yeah. um, yeah, but I guess we should get to the plot of the movie. Um, so the movie, the prologue is set in 1914, where there's this temple in Egypt, and this archaeologist has stumbled upon this great discovery, where there are these four stones that are powered by the four different elements: fire, water, air, and earth, and then a fifth element, which is the supreme being. And as it turns out, that it's actually these aliens called the Mondachiwans, I believe. They're in these like armored suits. They look like giant turtles and they walk like penguins.
Yeah, like so I just want to say right away, like the practical costuming effects in this are they are very nice, very primo.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of like I think the sensibilities kind of remind me a little bit of Babylon 5, but Babylon 5 wishes it had this budget
yeah.
for like the good aliens in particular.
Yeah. Hey, Ninja, good to see you, man.
Hey, Ninja, long time no see.
Yeah. Yeah, but so and they have there's a human priest there that they work with that's kind of like overseeing the elements, but the Montechiwans arrive because World War One is about to start, and the stones and the fifth element are not safe on Earth, so they move them away. And the one leader of the aliens gets trapped inside the chamber where they're all being kept, and he gives the priest the key and says, wait for our return or whatever, because there's going to be a great evil that shows up. There's a great evil that shows up every 5,000 years, and it's going to return, in the next, few hundred years. So then we flash forward to, what was it, 400 years later?
Yeah, 23rd century. So
Yeah.
I guess 300 or 300-ish.
300, yeah, 300, 400 years. And this giant black planet shows up, and it's very powerful, and they don't, and of course they tried to shoot it and doesn't do anything. And then we meet a priest named who's a part of this whole line of other priests, Vito Cornelius, who's played by Ian Holm, who was in Alien. He was the android in Alien. He was also Bilbo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, he looks taller in this one.
Oh yes, he looks a lot taller in this one. Yeah, amongst a lot of other movies that he had been in through his illustrious career. But he basically tells him, the only way to stop it is with the stones and the fifth element. But then so the Montechiwans are taking them back to Earth, but then the ship gets shot down by these ugly aliens called Mangalores. But then as it turns out, the fifth element survives, and the fifth element is, they bring it to life, and it's Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, in a scene where it's like, oh, we're able to just totally recreate the body because we have the hand, and they just 3D print a whole new body for her.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, like that was a cool scene. That seemed it's like it's definitely like a very imaginative from a science fiction perspective for
Yeah.
1997.
Yeah. And hey, not so private playlist. We're overcomplicating the whole. Yeah, yeah. There's some of that. Yeah.
Uh, uh,
There's,
Look, that's the underlying theme of the movie, but there's also like you gotta have your window dressing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then of course we also meet Bruce Willis's character Corbin Dallas, who is a former military like fighter pilot, all around badass who is now driving a cab in New York, a flying cab. Um, and as Milia Jovovich is escaping, she jumps off and falls right into his cab, and then it kicks off the rest of the movie from there. I think because he takes her to the priest, and then uh, you know from there, they're like, okay, well, we got to get find the other stones, and then join them all together to stop the evil planet. And of course, you've also got Gary Oldman's character Zurg, who is um, I actually looked it up. His performance is a cross between uh, Bugs Bunny and
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny and Ross Perot. And for those of you who are too young to know who Ross Perot was a funny little businessman from Texas who ran for president a couple of times. And
Yep.
he's actually he's one of the main reasons why Bill Clinton got elected in 92.
Yep. Split the vote enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so plot wise, I would say that would it be unfair to call this an excuse plot? Because like this feels like something a 16-year-old would dream up.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. It's a very, very angsty and very hormonal 16-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also I more just mean like it's like a little bit generic, which again, I actually overall like this movie.
Yes.
It's just that it did strike me on my second viewing here that little, like I said, a little bit, yeah, a little bit generic. Uh,
Yeah.
Mind you, it isn't quite the beam in the sky Marvel movie ending we've all gotten tired of.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
there's a beam in the sky at the end, but
yeah, well, it feels different
right.
uh, because there's actually a thing it's affecting.
Right. Yeah. Um,
Um, Now, actually, okay, we'll talk about the actor who played the president.
oh yeah.
So the other thing about this movie is that it feels vaguely farcical because
Yeah.
everybody except for Corbin Dallas is an idiot or incompetent
Yes.
or both.
Yeah, so the president is played by Tony Tiny Lister Jr., who was as not so private playlist points out, he was in Friday. There's also another actor who was in Friday that's also in this movie too. We'll get to him in a second. And yeah, he's just he there's actually a scene where they're like oh, you don't sound like a president. The president's an idiot.
Yeah, it's Corbin Dallas's mom calls. They put the president on the phone. Like, she accuses him of just being Corbin putting on a voice because you you don't sound like an idiot, and the president's an idiot.
Yeah. uh, yeah, he keeps making he makes all these different decisions that are just like okay, dude,
Yeah. Well, to quote Mayor Quimby from The Simpsons, whichever way the wind shall blow, I blow that way also.
yeah. Uh, and and of course another character in there is Ruby Rod, played by Chris Tucker.
In a role so ridiculous that Prince refused to take it.
Yes.
He thought the outfits were too feminine and weird.
Yeah.
Which, boy, when you out freak Prince at his in his heyday in the 90s.
Yeah, yeah. It's you're way over there.
Um, but it is okay. It's not the most dignified character, but look, Chris Tucker sold his dignity many, many years ago for a large pile of money, and nobody screams or tries to fast talk quite like Chris Tucker.
No, right. Yes. Yeah, I will say when Rush Hour was coming out, and because at the time I was getting into Jackie Chan movies, and I heard that Jackie Chan was doing a movie with Chris Tucker, and I'm like, wait, that guy from Fifth Element, really him? He's doing a movie with
Yes.
him?
Yeah, like all of he just looks ridiculous. All of his outfits are like ball gowns with roses.
Yeah, yeah, and the buns and the hair, and yeah. Ugh. But,
Yeah, I do not blame. Actually, let's see if we can get a picture of that. One sec.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. You don't blame Prince for not wanting to take the role.
Yeah, seriously. Like,
Yeah.
um, it just seems like it's a very silly movie in a lot of ways. Like,
Yeah.
I feel that I was about to say that Bruce Willis is the only serious character, but even he is doing his usual like shtick of
Yeah.
like one-liners and such.
Yeah.
Um,
Like the thing. Are you human? Negative. I'm a meat popsicle.
yeah, so it feels like it's vaguely satirical. Like I said, like it's just everything is everybody's incompetent. Nobody can do anything right except for Corbin.
Yeah.
Um, was this the movie that gave us Mila Jovovich? Was she a thing before this?
Well, she was in Dazed and Confused, but I don't know if a whole lot of people probably remember her from that. I think this was the movie, yeah. And then because I think Resident Evil was like a couple of years after this one.
Right, and this is much more of like the resume for getting into those action movies
Yeah.
because she can look pretty convincing holding a gun or throwing a punch.
Yeah. 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 But no, I really like this movie. You know, it's I haven't watched it in a long time, so it was refreshing to go back to it. Um, reminder of a simpler time when I was a kid.
I only saw it in my late 20s with a buddy,
Mm,
so it's nice to watch it a second time. Um, the sheer silliness of so much of it definitely stuck out to me on a second watch. Like it did, I did keep thinking of the Star Wars prequels with like just this is a director doing exactly what he wants to do, and like a lot of things are very intricately designed. So like the villain at his desk, he has like a little elephant thing that
yeah.
that pops out when he presses a button, and he's like all these little toys and trinkets, and he has like these super choreographed Roombas to clean up things on the ground, and it's just
Yeah.
and I just thought to myself, man, like some stage person had to spend probably weeks designing those things, like the look of them, figuring out how to make them move in exact sequence with each other
Yeah.
for like a blink and you miss it scene that nobody's going to remember.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, that's okay. To be fair, I remembered this scene, but you know what
Yeah.
I mean. Like it's
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
like just every bit of this movie is full of that kind of crazy detail. Like the futuristic New York is. It actually reminds me a lot of Coruscant in the Star Wars prequels,
Yes.
although I think some of that was established in the Star Wars novels in advance. So Lucas gets off this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I liked the deal where like you have the floating Chinese restaurant that just goes from window to window.
Yeah. Yeah. And the McDonald's that's in a really high building, and you just
Yeah,
put the trays out, like the old drive-in diner, like the old diners,
yeah. So it's like I don't know if it necessarily felt coherent, but it definitely felt imaginative the whole way through.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, let's see, who played the priest again?
Ian Holm.
Ian Holm. I really liked him in this one. Like he wasn't really allowed to do much, but he was like he was the character who was taking the whole thing seriously,
Yeah, yeah,
uh, which helped ground some scenes. But some of the scenes in this are just outright silly. Like, and you will probably laugh out loud at least a couple of times.
oh yes, yeah.
I also got to say that runtime of under 90 minutes, or 126 minutes. I did my mental math wrong. It's just over 2 hours. So
Yeah.
um, it didn't feel like 2 hours when I was watching it. So
No, it
that's
doesn't. Yeah,
because it just has this energy that goes, 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 goes.
yeah,
So yes, I think I'm not as big a fan of it as Daniel is, but it's definitely a worthy movie.
yeah.
So if you haven't seen it for whatever reason, give it a go.
Yes.
I guess the only caveat I'll give is Chris Tucker may be extremely annoying in his scenes,
Yeah.
especially once the action starts. So
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a lot to go back to the Star Wars prequels. A lot of Jar Jar Binks in him.
yeah, and gosh, which character is more annoying?
Yeah.
Probably Binks, but Chris Tucker, you get more like sustained. Man, this really is like the unofficial zeroth Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
In terms of the sensibilities of it. So
Yeah.
if you're a Star Wars prequel enjoyer, this will probably be even more up your alley.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Currently on Netflix.
Yep. So we take a quick trip across the channel for a first impressions look at something from the UK. Clarkson's
Yes.
Farm, season 5 on Amazon Prime.
Yes. I have watched the first 4 episodes of the show. I haven't gotten to the last 4 yet. They dropped last night. Didn't have time to watch it before the show, but yeah. So getting into the early episodes, I beginning to see why this will be the last season of the show for a while. I don't know what a while is. It could be a year, could be 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I don't know.
Could be forever if his health keeps going the way it is.
Yes, yeah, yes. At the start, yeah, because at the start of the show, so last season, Clarkson was trying to get his pub open, and he was under the real hard time crunch because they only had like 3 weeks to get it up and running. And so he was doing so the stress of trying to get that pub up, and as well as working on the farm and doing harvest and everything. Um, he kind of let his health lapse, and he he had to have emergency heart surgery because he had like a lot of blocked arteries, and he was apparently a couple of days away from a massive heart attack. So at the start of the show, Clarkson, he's just recovering from heart surgery, which means he can't do a whole lot of manual labor of with the farm and everything. So a lot of his focus has been on the pub, which was still having issues. They were having all sorts of they were having like they were paying like God, I can't remember how much they're paying for the Wi-Fi. It was a ridiculous amount of money. I think it was like $8,500 or £8,500 a month or something like that. It was just outrageous.
Yeesh.
And yeah, and so he was dealing with all of that. And the other part of it too is that Clarkson in the UK, there's a chancellor, I can't remember what her name was, but she introduced this new estate tax, inheritance tax in the UK, where if you inherited a farm from like from a family member, you had to pay this outrageous inheritance tax. I can't remember what it was. It's just ridiculous. And at first they claim, well, it's only affect about a quarter of the farms, and that's BS. It was like 100% of the farms, because like every farm in Britain practically has been inherited. They're all family farms. They've all been inherited. They've been passed down from one generation to another. So in one episode they had this, and I remember this when they did it last year. They had this big rally outside of Whitehall with all these farmers, and Clarkson wasn't sure if he was going to speak at it, and because he said his doctor didn't want him to speak at it, and Amazon didn't want him to speak at it, but he ended up speaking anyway. He'd give some very brief remarks, but his doctor wasn't too happy with him. She told him, when I told you to take it easy for 6 weeks, what I meant was you sit by a fire, drinking lentil soup and reading a book. But yeah, so you had that going, and then of course, so it's also around Christmas time, so he's getting everything ready for Christmas, and he's getting a oh god, what was it called? A grotto, putting a Christmas grotto together. So he was going to have like Santa Claus, and he was going to have a nativity scene, and some of the goats from the farm coming over, and so by the way, Clarkson's understanding of the nativity story is like very, very small. he's reading from the Gospel of Matthew, and he's just like, what? He didn't understand he didn't understand the virgin birth. He didn't understand all this other stuff going on, and Caleb, who's his farm manager and longtime farmhand, like he thought like human civilization and human history started at the birth of Jesus.
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah, Caleb, like he has like absolutely no understanding of history. He has no understanding of like anything like outside of farming. It's just astonishing. Because Clarkson had to explain to him, BC means before Christ.
I mean, you mentioned he didn't really know anything about anything before, but holy crap.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's all that stuff going on, and of course the big thing, another reason I say that this is going to be the last season another reason this will probably be the last season for a while is Clarkson kind of came to the realization that he's not very good at farming.
What?
Yeah.
No, say it isn't so.
Yeah. But so he's going more automated. So he and Caleb, it was actually really funny. He and Caleb, they went to they took a little field trip to the Netherlands to meet with this Dutch farmer who had all these like automated like tractors for like cultivating and drilling and all this, just in figuring out like he actually had this other thing where you could like map out the fields to see like which parts of the field can get you higher yield on your crops and which fields don't and everything. So it's all very high tech, and so it looks like Clarkson's going more automated with a lot of the farming stuff. But what was funny was so another thing about Caleb is he up until like 4 or 5 years ago, he had never left that little area of England, of the Cotswolds. He had never gone outside of that town. And then the first season he went to London, and then he was going to some few other places, and he actually did a little comedy tour last year where he was going around England doing a little stage show. But this was his first time going outside of England, and he was just like incredibly nervous about it. He's just like, "Oh, what's gonna happen? Is it the same air over there as it is here?
Yeah. Beans without toast?
Yeah, what?" But yeah, no. So far, I mean, it's this is a typical season of Clarkson's farm, and all all of the happenings that are going on there. And first 4 episodes have been really good, and I'm looking forward to watching the last 4. So.
Now, I imagine if you haven't been keeping up with it so far, you don't want to jump into the middle of season 5.
No, you don't. No, you got to start with season 1 and then go from there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, time to take our last trip back to sort of France.
Sort of
with the Birdcage.
Yes.
The Robin Williams and Nathan Lane gay rom-com.
Yeah. Mid-90s gay rom-com.
Yeah. Watching this, I couldn't help but think that this was probably a really important movie for the acceptance of homosexuality in the U.S. Just because they. Okay, so you told me something that I thought was very interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, before we get into that,
okay.
Overall premise: Robin Williams' character is a well, I guess mid-40s gay man who owns the Birdcage, which is a drag/gay bar.
Yeah,
and at least the performances are usually drag.
Yeah, usually drag, and it's in South Beach, which is Miami.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's in a long-term relationship with Nathan Lane, who is one of his performers.
Yes, and they have a very what's the word for their relationship?
Dare I say heteronormative almost?
Yeah.
Like Nathan Lane is hysterical, both in the sense, actually 3 senses. 1, it's an amazing, funny performance. 2, the character is often on the verge of hysterics. And 3, in the original sense of the word hysteric, which means having a womb. Like he doesn't have a womb, but like very feminine, which they get a lot of material out of.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's and they also have Robin Williams' character. He has a biological son named Val, and he's 20 years old, but he goes and he tells Robin Williams that he's getting married, and it just so happens that his fiance, who's played by Callista Flockhart, who's most known for Ally McBeal, and also known for being married to Harrison Ford. She's the fiance. She comes from a very conservative family, very religious family. Her father is played by Gene Hackman. He is a Republican senator from Ohio. I'm trying to think of a senator today that he would be the equivalent of. I guess Ted Cruz.
Kind of Ted-ish,
yeah.
Except that so the reason we said sort of France is that this started off as a French play.
Yeah.
It definitely has that sort of the type of farce that you usually only see in the theater, because boy, Gene Hackman's character is a complete idiot, like just dense as a concrete block.
Well, he's a politician. What do you expect?
But he has to be in order for some of the scenes to work.
Right. Yeah.
Because Val the son, he basically wants to pretend that his family is normal while meeting the senator and his wife. Yeah. So that basically involves kicking Nathan Lane's character out, getting his biological mom to show up to pretend that, Robin Williams has been married to her the whole time.
Right. Yeah.
To get de-gay the house.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I admit I haven't visited the homes of very many. Actually, probably have without necessarily realizing it.
Yeah.
They definitely play it up here because they've got like African fertility idols. If you follow my meaning.
Yeah. Yeah. They got some artwork on there. Yeah. That's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like, okay, man, like we get it.
Yeah.
But so We also forgot the other main character. By the way, you can tell this was a play because it's got a very constrained cast.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh, and you've got another character who's the live-in Guatemalan maid. What was the name again?
Agador.
Agador. That's why my brain refused to remember that as a name.
he's played by Hank Azaria.
Okay. I thought that looked like him. I knew his voice. I said, "Isn't he? Is that?" He sounds like exactly like that gay stereotype voice that.
On The Simpsons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That explains a lot.
Yeah.
And his goal is to actually be in the shows, but Robin Williams has always shut him down.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so I'd put a pin in something earlier.
Yes.
You had mentioned that Robin Williams was originally going to play Nathan Lane's character,
Yes.
the very campy, over the top one.
Right. Yeah. And Steve Martin was supposed to play Armand, the Robin Williams character in there.
I'm of the opinion that they made the absolute right casting choice.
Yeah.
Because first off, it was kind of actually nice seeing Robin Williams play something more subdued than normal, rather than like bouncing off the walls. Not that he hasn't done serious ones before, but I think this is the most straight-laced I've seen him.
Oh yeah.
In anything.
Well, especially in a comedy. Yeah.
Right. It's always interesting to see a character who's normally the manic one, or the actor who's normally the manic one, getting to play the straight man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also, I've seen enough Robin Williams movies to know that I do not think that he could have touched Nathan Lane's performance, because like Lane is the beating heart of this movie. He's what makes this work.
Yeah.
Because he is just so sincere. You feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
Like like I mentioned, this was like probably historically important for acceptance of homosexuality in the US, because Nathan Lane is just so, it is impossible to hate him, even if you think that his lifestyle is not to your liking.
Oh yeah.
Because he's really the victim in all this.
Oh, he is. Yeah. They keep trying to push him out. They're like, and then they come up with the plan of like, well, he could be Uncle Albert.
Right.
And so they try to have him act, real manly, and he just can't do it.
Yeah. And he's just so lovable.
Yeah.
But sorry, I was just thinking of some of the scenes from this movie and chuckling to myself, which got my train of thought derailed there. So also the background of this, there's a storyline where basically Gene Hackman's senator character is part of this moral majority type stand-in group.
Right.
And one of the other members of it was found dead with a black underage prostitute. Black. Wasn't it also a male prostitute?
No, it was a girl.
Okay, it was a girl. Okay.
No.
So basically, he's trying to get out of town, wait for the heat to blow over, and of course, there's this storyline where somebody with the press is trying to track him down because he's a person of interest with this whole scandal going on, and then finding out that he's in the apartment above a nightclub.
Yeah, with a drag show, owned by a gay guy.
Yeah. Gene Hackman is great in this too. He just very good at playing like. I think that he works because you realize, oh, he knows nothing about gay culture, so it wouldn't even occur to him to spoil the solution that Nathan Lane decides to come up with when Nathan Lane shows up dressed as a woman. And like one of the least convincing drag performances I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But it works because the overall like farcical feel of the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
And what he does to just try and get on this right-wing senator's side is just amazing. Like,
Oh yeah.
just his view of what he thinks a right-wing person thinks is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Some of the stuff he was saying was just like, what?
Yeah, that would be like, oh, you might get kicked off of the Daily Wire saying some of those things.
Yeah. Ooh.
Um, I admit I was a little surprised to see Diane West getting so much prominent coverage on all of the posters I looked up,
Yeah.
because she is like, she's kind of there, but she is not like the best part of the movie.
No, she's just she's almost like almost like a background character. Yeah, background
Yeah.
extra. Yeah.
Yep, she's fine though.
Yeah.
Really, the only character you come away hating is the son, because the whole premise is, it's very silly. Like, because,
Yeah.
well, okay, so you got away with it once. What's going to happen when they want to show up for Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah. Or what do you do at the wedding? Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like
it's very short-sighted.
yeah.
And also just the way he's treating Nathan Lane's character is just, it's very cruel. Again,
Yeah.
like, it is impossible to hate Nathan Lane's character because he is just himself trying to live his life, and you could already and it's also, he's a very fragile person,
Yeah.
as they make very clear from the first scene.
Oh yeah. Yes, he's having a diva tantrum.
Yeah.
He has to have his Purine tablets.
Which that was like the first great line of the whole thing was, Robin Williams is like, what's a Purine tablet? Oh, I just I scratched the ANS off the aspirin.
He's like, oh, that's great. I know.
I had heard about this movie for years, and it was on my eventual to watch list. So when Daniel proposed it, I was very curious, and yeah, like this thing is great.
Yeah.
Very silly. There was one line that struck me as very funny in 2026, which was the son trying to defend the senator's opinions. No, he's not a Nazi. He's conservative, like half the country.
Yeah. Yes, it was from back then. People in Hollywood actually knew the difference between the two.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, what happened to DB? Where did he go? Well, I don't know what happened with DB there. Am I still alive here? Or okay, he's back.
My bad. I was going up to move back to this window to see if we had any comments, and
Oh, you clicked on the wrong thing. Oh, yeah, that's easy to do. Okay,
yep,
all right.
I X instead of the tab proper.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Ninja says, that one didn't age quite so well.
Well, yeah, I mean, it aged well in terms of being a sentiment. It didn't age so well in terms of anybody actually going with it.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, it just kept striking me like, just this movie is like probably historically important.
Yeah. I think it was. Yeah, and I don't know what it did box office wise, but
let's find out. Because this definitely seems like the type of thing that would have a long life on cable.
Okay, so according to IMDb, it did 185 million on a budget of 31 million.
Okay, so 6 times. Okay, before you ignore, or if you ignore box office receipts, like how much you get of that, and marketing and stuff, but still, going 6x your initial investment is not a bad thing at all.
No, it's not.
Especially for a comedy.
Yeah.
Which, sidebar, I'm with Chato that we, like, the people who are trying to make indie YouTube movies, or YouTubers who are trying to make indie movies, get out of horror and go make a comedy.
Yeah.
The world needs you.
Yes. Yes, we desperately need good comedies. Yeah. But yeah, so I actually watched it on Amazon Prime because it's an MGM movie. But it's also on Peacock, correct?
Yep, that's where I ended up watching it because my cable company said, "Oh, by the way, you get free Peacock from now on."
Mm.
To which I said, "Okay."
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll take it.
I will say that I like the way that they handle their ads. Netflix with ads is annoying because they just want to intercut the movie every 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Here they have more of a traditional. You have a set of ads at the start of the movie, then you might have like a couple of ad breaks through the movie, but they're like longer, so
Mm.
it isn't quite so like watch a movie for 5 minutes, 30 seconds of ad, watch a movie for 10 minutes, 2 minutes of ads, just like randomly intercut.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Well, I think we've said all we need to say for tonight.
Yep, strong recommend.
Indeed, yes, stronger recommend. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it as always. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell, buy some books, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Yep, and thanks for. It was nice seeing you again, Ninja.
Yeah, no, good to see you too, Ninja. Right, later.